Well, I was able to repair some of the corrupted overrides.
But it looks like I need to have more machine parts to fix the rest.
My initialization is complete.
You may
You may
continue
continue to explore the facility, Aloy.
when you
When you are ready, return to the control room.
We have
We have much to discuss. Aloy,
You have
you have now visited all accessible rooms of the facility.
Okay. Maybe it's
Maybe
time
it's
to
time
talk
to
to
talk to
Gaia.
Gaia.
I'll leave you to it.
Hello,
Hello,
Aloy.
Aloy.
Hi.
Hi.
So
So
you're
you're
ready?
ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Initialization is
Initialization is
complete.
complete.
All
All
tests
tests
show
show
that
that
my
my
heuristic
heuristic
matrix
matrix
launched
launched
correctly
correctly
and
and
is
is
stable.
stable.
You must
You
have
must
many
have many
questions.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
two big
two big
ones
ones
first.
first.
Maybe you
Maybe
can
you
help me
can
make
help me
sense of
make sense of
something.
something.
A while
A
ago,
while ago,
I had a
I had a
run-in
run-in
with
with a group of
strangers
strangers
who tried
who
to
tried to
kill me.
kill me.
They had
They had
machine
machine
servitors
servitors
and
and
a clone
a clone
of
of
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Silver.
Silver with them.
Yes,
Yes,
this was recorded by your focus.
Do you know
Do you know
who
who
they
they
are?
are?
The answer to that question is related to the extinctions of local Hades, prompted my predecessor's self-destruction.
The
The
extinction
extinction
signal?
signal.
Okay,
Hey,
that
that
sounds
sounds
ominous.
ominous.
The
The
signal did
signal
not
did
come
not
from
come from
Earth,
Earth,
Aloy.
Aloy.
The
The
calculations
calculations
are
are
complicated,
complicated,
but it
but it
appears
appears
to
to
have
have
originated
originated
81
81
trillion
trillion
kilometers
kilometers
away.
away.
A
A
distance
distance
so
so
vast
vast
that light
that light
itself
itself
requires
requires
8.6
Okay,
8.6
so
so
what's
what's
so
so
far
far
away
away
and
and
why does it
why
want
does
us
it want
dead?
us dead?
the
The
Sirius
Sirius
star
star
system.
system.
Serious?
Sirius.
But that's where
That's
it's
where
on
it was
Zenith.
Zenith.
Their ship.
Their ship.
The
The
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Yes,
Yes,
that's where it was headed.
headed.
But it
But
blew
it
up.
blew up.
Unless,
Unless,
I don't...
I don't.
Why make
Why
it
make
seem
it
like
seem like
they
they
failed?
failed?
They didn't want
They didn't
anyone
want
to know.
anyone to know.
They didn't
They
want
didn't
future
want future
humans to
humans to
think
think that
that they were
they
out
were
there.
out there.
Wait,
Wait,
strangers who
strangers who
tried to
tried to
kill
kill
me
me
at
at
the
the
Hades
Hades
proving lab?
Proving Lab,
The ones
the
with the
ones with the
clone?
clone,
Are you
are you
saying
saying
that they're
that they're from
that they're
that they're
descendants
descendants
of
of
Far Zenith?
Farseeth?
Yes,
Yes,
that is my
that is my
conclusion.
conclusion.
We're not
We're
going
not
to be
going to
able
be
to
able
fix
to
the
fix the
biosphere
biosphere
without
without
making
making
you
you
whole.
whole.
I ran a
I ran a
search for
search
your
for
step
your step
functions at the
functions at the
Hades
Hades
proving lab,
Proving
but
Lab, but
Minerva was the
Minerva
only
was
one
the
I
only one I
found.
found.
Thankfully,
Thankfully,
the
the
sensory
sensory
capabilities of this
capabilities of
facility
this
are
facility
far
are
more
far more
advanced.
advanced.
I will
I
search
will
for
search
the
for
others
the others
now.
now.
Transmitting
Transmitting
query
query
pattern.
pattern.
Receiving.
Receiving.
Of Apollo,
Apollo,
Artemis, and
Artemis, and
Olympia, I
Olympia,
can
I
find
can
no
find no
trace.
trace.
They are
They are
simply
simply
gone.
gone.
What about the
What about
others?
the others?
Ether,
Ether,
Demeter,
Demeter,
and
and
Poseidon are
Poseidon are
revealed.
revealed.
They lie
They lie
within
within
reach.
reach.
Procurable.
Procurable.
And
And
Hephaestus?
Hephaestus?
It too
It too
stands
stands
revealed,
revealed,
but
but
it
it
is
is
not
not
like
like
the
the
others.
others.
That's for
That's
sure.
for sure.
In the
In
years
the years
since
since
the
the
extinction
extinction
signal,
signal,
Hephaestus has
Hephaestus has
evolved.
evolved.
Moreover, it is
It
not
is not
confined to a
confined to a
single
single
location.
location.
It
It
haunts the
haunts the
global
global
network that
network that
connects
connects
cauldrons to
cauldrons
each
to
other
each other
across the
across the
planet,
planet,
making it
making it
exceptionally
exceptionally
difficult to
difficult to
subdue.
subdue.
Let me
Let me
guess.
guess.
When you get
When you
bad?
get bad?
Correct. Its capabilities are essential. Without it, I can only delay the extinction of life on Earth. Hephaestus is our only hope of a permanent solution.
So we
So
start
we
there?
start there?
Unfortunately, we cannot. Procuring Hephaestus can only be attempted after my own capabilities have been significantly enhanced.
Grab the other
Grab the other
subordinate
subordinate
functions
functions
first, then
first, then
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus.
Precisely so.
So,
So,
ether,
ether,
Demeter, and
Demeter, and
Poseidon.
Poseidon.
How do I
How do I
capture them?
capture them?
To recover a subordinate function, you will have to travel to its location and find the physical processes to which it escaped. Then, exactly as you did with Minerva, you must use the master override to revert the subordinate function to its original code state.
And then
And
how
then
do I
how
get
do
it
I
back
get it
here?
back here?
The subordinate function must be loaded onto a data storage device and physically carried back to this facility.
The
The
cartridge your root
cartridge your
kernel
root
was
kernel
stored
was
on?
stored on?
Yes. Its capacity is limited, so it can only carry one subordinate function at a time. But in all other respects, it will suffice.
The
The
missing
missing
subordinate
subordinate
functions.
functions.
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthero is responsible for gestation, nurturing, and culturing a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February 2066 by order of Ted Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, huh?
Pharaoh, huh?
I really
I
hate
really hate
that
that
guy.
guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic.
All
All
three of the
three of
missing
the missing
functions have
functions have
already sent
already sent
forward.
forward.
Do you
Do
still
you
need them?
still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring the remaining elements would increase my heuristic. Unfortunately, I have no way to track them.
The three
The three
subordinate
subordinate
functions that you...
functions that
All three are relevant to problems currently plaguing the biosphere. Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather. Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
Demeter
If
first.
all three were restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware, their responses to my query pattern were irregular. In human terms, they are frightening.
Like
like
Minerva.
Minerva?
Exactly.
You said
You
you need
said you need
Hephaestus.
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering the regiment can I regain my ability to design and mass-produce new machines and cauldrons across the planet. Only through it can I program new machines and alter the tasking of existing machines to completely recover other subordinate functions without Hephaestus.
What is the
What
state
is
of
the
the
state of the
biosphere?
biosphere?
Is the
Is the
terraforming
terraforming
system
system
functioning at all?
functioning at all?
In a sense, the terraforming system never stopped functioning. The difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents and assign new tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. But these bellwether phenomena offer just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental dysfunction now driving Earth's biosphere towards collapse.
And you
And
can't
you
do
can't do
anything to
anything
stop
to
it.
stop it.
If you can return Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me, I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified, and rampant plant growth curtailed. But such corrections will not stave off collapse. They will only buy us time. Only with Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
So if the descendants came to Earth from a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology...
Yes. As your encounter with them at the proving lab amply demonstrates, they appear to be distinctly exotic service. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. Perhaps a way can be found to defeat their shielding.
Yeah, I hope so. The extinction signal didn't just wake, it made every subordinate function.
So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentence imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
So the signal could only have been sent by someone.
Yes. The signal were its intentions listed. I would admire the influence.
How long do we have?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in approximately 4 months.
Jeez.
If I gather Ether, Demeter, Poseidon, merge you with them?
We will only gain a few months more.
Well, every bit
It
counts.
counts.
I guess I should get going.
Yes. Once when that is achieved, I will have complete control of the zero-dollar system, and the ability to produce as many machines as needed.
Machines. Sounds like what can you tell me?
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate functions sought physical processes capable of holding them. So in each case, you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire. However, it appears to be limited to Nut territory. My knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I gathered in Focus, but they seem to have significant inclination towards violence.
Well, that's a nice way to put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
Poseidon has taken shelter in the desert south of this location. My substrategy indicates that a major world settlement called Las Vegas was located there.
A ruin in the middle of the desert, huh? Strange place for an AI devoted to water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located close to the far west. Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about the region. As such, it may be the most difficult to retrieve.
Okay, so three subordinate functions to go after. Ether, somewhere into Nut territory. Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
I think I'll try for Demeter.
Very well. Acquiring might allow you to reduce resistance on a local level. Though I will require Hephaestus and the summary of available data on is there anything else I can help?
I do.
Something.
I don't know. She had a dream for you. A
A
lot.
lot.
Do you think I can do it all?
Live up to her? Absolutely.
In her last message, my predecessor declared in you all you prevailing encouraging and including myself.
Thank you.
Well,
I have unlocked the facilities the other worlds back down in mountain plains.
Ball?
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that.
Yeah.
Can you and Zoe meet me by the way?
Be right there.
need to bring Demeter back for Gaia.
What level am I? 16.
Head back east first. Check on how plants are feeling after the attack.
Yes.
I think it'll be better this way.
After you.
I need to head further west. To get more of Gaia's components. Make her stronger. You two can stay here in the meantime. Gaia can help get you up to speed. I'm not trying to shut you out. It's like training.
Actually, I'm gonna go back east to get Aaron. Bring him here. Look. Allies, friends can help. We have a place to stay now. And like you said, Gaia can teach us. Catch us up. It'll be okay.
Okay. Take these then.
One to wear, one for backup.
Are you going with him?
No. After what happened in the cave below,
I want to
stay here a while.
There is
There's much I need to understand.
Maybe by
Maybe
the
by
time
the time you get back,
I'll have
a thing or two I can teach you.
Looking forward to it. When will you be back?
I'm not sure. But
hopefully I'll have one of Gaia's missing components with me.
Be careful
out there.
Even in plain song, we heard how the Tamok farmlands are suffering from storms, machines, and now Regalia. Don't worry about it.
Good hunting, everyone.
The Tamok farmlands. Somewhere out there, Gaia's sub-functions. Who knows what else?
Nice. Can I ride this? It was just there, why not? Must be a culvert.
Regardless, forces may seem strong now, but her machines took out my entire squad. Remember the visions. The old ones didn't choose you, but still, they stood firm.
You know,
The warrior was there like wildfire, who defeated Regat. Yes. We've come to speak with Chief, but not quite. Anything you need.
is that one of the visions?
Yes. The records of the...
All right.
He's in the strong room.
It's glitched. Incomplete.
We're dedicated soldiers, working together as a squad and sharing in their duty. And when the time came for battle, they took to the skies and leaped to glory. All to not seek to follow their example. For the chief, it was one of the few things the clans had in common. During their war, the 10 climbed sheer rock, braving blinding snow and wind. They stopped at nothing to protect their own.
You make them sound invincible.
They weren't. But the visions tell us of their courage and strength. Something our soldiers aspire to. The Sky Clan admires this one above all the rest. They make their home in the mountains northwest of here.
What's this one about?
The 10 waged war against their enemy in the desert heat. A land too harsh for any to survive. But against all odds, they prevailed. So the desert clan does the same. It must have passed through their territory.
It did. They sound a little extreme.
They take that as a compliment.
Soldiers in the jungle. Those were the 10?
Yes, they knew how to use the jungle's depth to distract the enemy until the perfect moment to strike. Generations ago, my parents, the lowland, looked to this one for inspiration as they claimed the jungle to the southwest.
What's this?
It was planted there by the chief. Ask him if you're curious. It's his tale to tell.
Blah 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 blah.
The chief is inside. Are you ready to see him?
I'm ready.
Good. Come.
It's underneath the throne.
I will see you soon, Commander.
The Savior of Meridian. I am told you held back Rebel's forces outside Maryland. And defeated her champion brother in St. Republic.
I met Shah there too. He said you were a great warrior. A man of honor.
His death is a painful loss among many. We will not soon recover from the massacre of our marshals. But if you are here to pledge your service, that could help considerably.
I am not here to fight. I need something in that basement. Something that will save many lives, yours included. It's not something you can see, but it is there.
I have seen it. You have named the price. Now I name mine. With my marshals dead, I need you a spear. Help me defeat my enemies, and I will grant you access to the chamber below.
I don't have a price. I am not a hired killer. I'm here to save lives more than you can count.
I count the corpses of marshals slain. I count hundreds more to knock, whose lives hang in the balance. I will fight for them. I will kill anyone who threatens the peace, and you will too, if you want me to open the door to the chamber below.
Okay. So by that logic, what's stopping me from killing you right now? And taking what I need to save everyone.
You could try. You might even succeed. Either way, let's fight. My way might be all Regala and the slaughter she craves.
Fine. What do you need?
I need more marshals to keep the tribe together. Such warriors can only be promoted at a trial by combat called the recruit. I've sent out a call for the competition. Since Regala seeks to undermine me, she is certain to attack it. She'll want to kill me in front of the assembled clans.
So what, you want to be your bodyguard?
No. To defend the coup. But there is no. Knowing Regala will attack one of the clans that bought the ascending contestants. You must go north and force Dakota, the commander of the Sky Clan, to submit and send his best.
Force him to submit.
Do whatever is necessary. I can't hold the coup with two or three clans in attendance. Marshal Cadal will assist you. He was made in Black, but he can still be of use. I sent him ahead to the northern village of Stone Crest. Meet him there, and he will guide you to the Sky Clan stronghold. If you have any questions about your mission, now is the time.
I'll do what you want and go north to deal with Dakota. But you better not forget about our deal.
You will have what was promised, if you succeed. Speak to Jekko on your way out. He will arm you for the road ahead.
I just learned how ridiculous the guns in 40K actually are. And the fact that their bullets are basically small missiles is like the most normal thing about them. But this beautiful piece of Imperial engineering is called a bolter. And don't let the artwork fool you. Because remember, Space Marines are 7 to 8 feet tall. These things are actually ginormous. And if you were to try to fire one without being a Space Marine, it would easily break your arm. But these things come in a bunch of different varieties, like the heavy bolter or the bolt pistol. These things are 75 caliber. And their bullets are rocket propelled and have a delayed explosion so they go off right after they penetrate their target. That's some pretty horrifying results. They're also basically viewed as holy relics. The Space Marines go to great lengths to keep them in top shape. These things are so revered. And during their creation, they have what is known as a tech priest, basically pray to it. They conduct all manner of holy rituals, basically appease the soul of the weapon. For the armies of the Imperium, the bolter is a physical incarnation of the Emperor's wrath, and it's used to deliver swift and divine retribution upon his enemies. Also, they're just super cool. I just looked at trans kids that came after me in the first demonstration against me. I said, you think I'm your enemy, but I'm not. And the reason I said that, being a clinician, was because I thought, well, you're adopting an identity that there is no rules for. What the hell are you going to do with that? You're inviting so much trouble into your life you can't even possibly imagine it, because you won't know what to do. And people won't know how to treat you. And so, where does that leave you? Now, you might say, well, I'm so distraught about the discordance between...
So the new voice of Pinocchio is unforgettable.
Your name will be Pinocchio. Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
Now keep in mind, this is a real, actual movie called Pinocchio, A True Story. It's coming out later this month, and I'm definitely going to review it. But apparently, in this version, Pinocchio runs off to the circus and falls in love with a girl.
I didn't want to see the world, but I realized she is the most beautiful thing the world has to offer.
And also, Geppetto is somehow voiced by Tom Kenny, who's the voice of SpongeBob. He's like a legitimate voice actor. What is he doing in this movie? The new voice of...
Hey, you reek of foreign magic. Sweet nameless feathers. What are those? I've never seen them like. That's gotta be a family heirloom.
No. Nor will it ever be.
Son, my brother and me created Mjolnir for the big idiot. I know from quality. And them special. Hey, where's the little turd?
He has fallen ill.
No. What happened? Aesir?
No. The fault is mine. My responsibility to make it right.
No. We all gotta take responsibility sometime. Huh? Say, what can I do to help? I can do things.
What are your preferred pronouns? They, them. Oh, I've never heard those before. What are they? They're what's known as neopronouns. What are neopronouns? They're basically your own custom pronouns. Anything can really be a pronoun.
It's true, anything.
How do I use them? It depends on the person and their pronouns. They, them follows a similar spelling to they and them, and even similar grammar rules like there and there. They, them, themselves, theirs, things like that.
Neopronouns are just, you're making shit up, is what I'm getting from this. And we're all supposed to just pretend this is normal? I just felt so,
marginalized by typical human language, that I've created a new set of terms in which I prefer to be referred to as and also those are my new pronouns.
1993's Demolition Man is set in a utopian future that's basically modeled off of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. And since that future is only about 10 years away, according to the film, I wanted to know whether or not it's predictable.
I didn't think I'd get this score.
A girl got expelled from school for posting this exact picture, but you will seriously not believe the reason why. It was the night of Kayla's 15th birthday when her mom snapped this photo of her at a restaurant in California. Her mom instantly shared it to Facebook and they thought nothing of it. That is until a few days later when Kayla received a furious letter from her school's principal. She was permanently expelled from school, but the reason why will shock you. So Kayla's school was actually a very religious Christian academy named Whitefield Academy. They didn't like that she was wearing a rainbow sweater in front of a rainbow cake, implying that she was part of the LGBTQ community. According to the principal of the school, this goes against their beliefs. A girl
Kintsugi doesn't use gold to attach broken pieces. Kintsugi is a traditional technique for repairing cracks and chips on tableware with gold to make it look more beautiful than before. The art reflects the mind of the Japanese wabi-sabi, which cherishes the perfection within the imperfect. However, did you know that you actually don't use gold to attach the pieces in Kintsugi? What's actually used as glue to repair the broken pieces is lacquer. Japan has used lacquer in various forms of craftswork, such as katana sheets, furniture, tableware, etc., to make them waterproof and for them to look more beautiful. Japan's hot temperature and humidity was perfect for using lacquer because the environment helps it to dry and harden quickly and firmly. Then when does the gold come in for Kintsugi? Gold powder is applied in the final procedure after all the pieces are fully stuck together with lacquer. The gold powder sticks to the lacquer on the cracks, and the Kintsugi products we imagine are complete. So the gold is actually only on the surface and not used for the inside. Kintsugi does.
Are humans the ancient aliens in the universe? One study thinks that because the universe is so young, that it may not be flourishing with life until tens of billions of years from now, and that humans might be one of the first examples of intelligent life. It's not even morning time for the universe. It even took humans 4 billion years to get here. Molecules first had to find a way to replicate themselves. And stars like our sun can't wait too long, considering its full lifespan will be around 10 billion years. So the majority of life may spring around red dwarf stars, which can live 1,000 times longer than our sun. The older the universe gets, the more examples of life we'll have. So did Earth beat the rush? Okay, I know this is gonna sound ridiculous, but did you know that the orcs have a gun that fires goblins at their enemies by literally sending them through a portal to hell? It's just as insane as you think. This contraption is known as a shock attack gun, and nobody's been able to figure out how this thing actually works. We do know what it does though, and it's absolutely crazy. When the shock attack gun is fired, it generates a portal to this place called the Warp. The Warp is a realm of chaos, and it's basically 40 pages. Then the operator uses a vacuum attachment to to suck up a bunch of goblins known as snotlings. The user picks a target and pulls the trigger. The snotlings are then fired through the portal and fly through hell at thousands of miles per hour. The journey is absolutely maddening. The goblins are exposed to the most horrific sights imaginable. They then emerge through another portal where the gun was pointed, having gone absolutely insane. They then rip and tear at everything in sight. Sometimes the second portal materializes inside of a vehicle, absolutely flooding it with crazy goblins. Or sometimes the goblins can come out inside the chest cavity of the target, and that is a truly horrific way to go. And sometimes the goblins emerge as just a tidal wave of blood. Traveling through hell can be pretty dangerous. Okay, I know.
Each sex has the right to define itself, all right? And we're in a period now where men are the targets of far too much blaming. I want to get the male bashing out of feminism. And I want women to acknowledge that men have a right to determine their own identities too. What's happened today is upper middle class career women want to redefine men, okay, into what operates smoothly in their own now quite affluent career system. But I'm saying stop, women, stop.
You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world.
You give a depressed girl some autotune, she thinks she can sing. Emotional damage.
You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world.
You give a depressed girl some autotune, she thinks she can sing.
Vaccines. Get your third shot or no hot dogs for you. That's an order. But actually, as he's been in seclusion in Delaware, the rest of the world has moved beyond orders. No one is listening to Joe Biden anymore. He is weak. He commands no respect. The world no longer cares what he says. And as if to prove it, just hours before Biden spoke today, Starbucks, the left-wing coffee chain that under usual circumstances worships Joe Biden and his party, Starbucks announced that its 200,000 employees no longer have to get the vax. Well, that's kind of a big change. This is in direct contradiction to Joe Biden's personal orders. Just a few weeks ago, Biden warned of, quote, a winter of severe illness and death. What an upbeat guy he is, but only for the unvaccinated. And yet, at Starbucks, the unvaxxed baristas are still standing, still pouring those lattes, and now they're getting back to work. What does this mean? Well, it means they've decided the senile mannequin in the White House knows less about COVID than they do, and they may be onto something.
加入我，你更出人我可以加入我。Who the fuck said that?
Oh. The fuck? Ugh. Why is it so hot? At last. Now, I'm gonna try and go.